Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today's the 6th. It's April. It's 2022. And you're looking at pictures that I took personally with a Canon EOS R5 in Death Valley a few months ago. And it is incredibly dark out there, which is why I went there, because otherwise going to Death Valley sucks. It's windy, it's hot, it sucks, but the night skies are dark as you're going to find for the most part. There's not too many places you're going to be able to get pictures like this other than Death Valley. And I'm showing these to you for a reason. Not only the fact that these are amazing pictures, but I'm showing these for a reason. So bear with me, or don't. Now you see this little guy down here? Isn't that crazy? It's almost a perfect cross. But look at all these. I mean, it's amazing. All the lights in the skies, all the heavenly bodies in the skies. It's amazing. It's amazing to me, at least. We don't see that out in Massachusetts. And not too many YouTubers go through all the trouble to take photos like this when they're not a photography channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using this to show you a story. And yes, before anyone says it, I can absolutely see that face in the clouds. Even better there. But yeah. It's amazing. Amazing. Even through the cloud cover, I was able to get pictures like this. I mean, you can't miss that. You can't miss the... I don't know what to call it. I don't know what to say. But it's always there. That face is always there. And I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Completely and utterly alone. And look at the amount of stars in the skies. And when you look at those, you can tell that they're not distant suns. These are luminaries. These are living, light-bearing, otherworldly, non-physical entities. You know, it's if we knew the truth about the earth and everything around us that we lived in, this place would be a paradise. But when they lie about everything, you got what we got. And that's what we got. Can't miss it, right? Can't miss it. Okay, at any rate, that's 3 minutes of star pictures. I just love looking at them. Okay, maybe a couple more. I can't help it. It is what it is. Billions and billions of stars. They're luminaries. They're beings, angels, whatever you want to call them. How crazy is that picture? How crazy is that? This star, quote unquote, is literally lighting up this cloud right here. How in the world can one star light up a cloud and make a perfect triangle to boot? You see what I'm saying? It's because it's a UFO? Well, maybe. So remember this. The aurora viewing in Alaska is expected to be good this winter, and even better next year. They said this back on my birthday, actually, in 2021. And they tell you all about it, you know, because of the solar winds and the sun flares and this, that, and the other thing. Next year and the year after might be even better in terms of aurora borealis activity and brightness, according to Donald Hampton, Research Associate Professor at the University of Alaska's Geophysical Institute. It all starts with the sun, which is the biggest lie ever. So it all starts with a lie. When I see this, and I hear them warning about this before it even starts to get here, these are the same guys that cannot explain gravity, which everyone thinks is a rule, is a law. Laws of gravity is nothing more than a theory, and it's wrong. But whatever. Don't believe me?
Is Star Talk.
What is gravity?
I have no idea. Okay, next question.
Wow.
No, here's the difference. We can describe gravity. We can say what it does to other things. We can measure it, predict with it. But when you start asking, like, what it is, I don't know.
So did I accidentally ask a deeper question than I meant to?
Yeah, no, you were meant to ask deep questions.
Apparently I was.
In life. So to say, what is it? I think Einstein, in an Einsteinian answer, we would say gravity is the curvature of space and time. And objects will follow the curvature of space-time, and we interpret that as a force of gravity.
Okay, so let me ask you, is this guy a scientist or an actor that's looking to get down tonight? I mean, just look at how he dresses and how he acts all the time. No pun intended, but how he acts all the time. He's telling the truth right here. They can't, but he's only telling a half-truth because that's what they do. He's telling you that they can't tell you what gravity is, but they can weigh it, they can measure it, well, no, you can't. No, you can't. It isn't gravity. It's a magnetic force of some sort that keeps everything in its kind in place by its size, weight, and mass. Period. Because if gravity was a real thing, the gravity it takes to hold a 250-pound man to the earth would crush an infant and would obliterate, turn to dust, a butterfly. So with that in mind, let's move on. Okay, so they told us that this was going to be unbelievable next year. Well, now it's next year. And you may remember this video from a few days ago. Or maybe you don't. I don't know. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 30th. It's March. It's 2022. And I'm showing you a news story from March 28th, 2022. Now, this wasn't the story I was looking for. I was looking for one specific one, like this one. This is what I was looking for, and this is the mainstream's bullshit excuse for it. So, pardon my French, but this is from the 23rd, 3/23/2022.
Get Comcast Business Security Edge.
Before we go, lots of people are asking us about this, a bright orange light in the sky. It was a vertical line that appeared high up in the clouds. It went away around 9:15, but we're getting reports of people seeing it from LaPorte to Clear Lake, Lake City, even down in Manville. Dave, you have a theory about what this could be.
I'm 99.9% sure it's a flare that was taking place at the Lyondell-Basell plant.
Yes.
Near LaPorte.
Okay.
And the thing is, cloud droplets, which is what the clouds are made out of, little water droplets, are highly reflective. So they absolutely can reflect something like that. And I was told it was a gigantic orange flare, and that would make sense.
Well, here's the deal. Maybe many of you have never actually shot a military-grade flare into the sky, but if that was a flare, it would be incredibly, incredibly bright at one point with a tail, and it would be falling at all times, even if it was on a shoot. This is not like that. It's not what it is. I'm showing you this all for a reason, because things are about to get really kooky, and it's really making me wonder if these guys are actually going to pull the final card. So that was the one I was looking for, and then I found this, and this is from several days later, 5 days later. And apparently mysterious beams of light have been spotted around the world, not just in the United States, but it's saying that multiple persons spotted a mysterious beam of light in the sky last week. The red flare, as many described it, was spotted in Houston and other places throughout the world. While the strange red flare might give off an extraterrestrial vibe due to its mystery, the phenomenon was most likely nothing quite as extraordinary. But mysterious beams of light have been spotted around the world. So everyone around the world is just shooting up a flare real quick. No big deal, nothing to see here. And the reason we're even talking about this is because of this, the Northern Lights. Now, I've talked about this in videos over the last 10, 12 years, and I'll tell you what NASA tells us these are and what these probably really are two very, very different things. The reason they happen in really remote places where nobody's around, I'm guessing this has something to do with God, angels, demons, etc. I don't know, and you don't know, because everything they tell us is an absolute, complete, and utter lie. Do you see what I'm saying? But these things don't happen in our area. They happen way up here. Hence in my opinion, I think all this activity is due to this. CERN. I mean, you just saw the first page of their website. Take a look at some of the symbols and such that they have carved on these arches. And let's not forget that the statue of Shiva the Destroyer is sitting outside. But I think CERN, who's been very quiet, has been very busy. They didn't just stop using this thing that we never even heard about when it was being quote-unquote built. But look at this. Look at all this stuff. This is all recent. This is all on their site. I wish I could go back to that for a minute. I wish I could pause that. But I think that's where we're seeing the fruits of their labor. And that's how it would look. It would be lighting up the sky. Do you see what I'm saying? It's hard to tell. There's so many things that they're doing that most people don't know about. But when they're warning you back in November of 2021 that things are going to start lighting up in the sky, and then things start lighting up in the sky, it's almost like Star Wars. Speaking of Star Wars, an Israeli television channel unwittingly runs live footage from Ukraine, from the war, showing a crash-landed TIE fighter from Star Wars. Are you kidding me, man?
קייב, ובארצות הברית מזהירים כי מדובר בנחיל מכריע שיפרוץ לבירה תוך 3 ימים. שיחות השלום החלו אתמול בבלרוס, אבל ההסכמות כלשהן עדיין נראות רחוקות. באוקראינה טוענים כי רוסיה
It's all changed.
So I think it's funny when people are like, that everything over there is real. Dude, they're showing war footage using Star Wars footage. I mean, are you kidding me, man? Are you absolutely kidding me? For real. But we've seen so much video game footage. That's what they're showing. I mean, everything that we see is real, is fake. Is real, my bad. Is real. I didn't even think of that. Israel. Israel, actually. But the entire point of this entire video was to point out this. So one of my subscribers who lives in Alaska sent me this, and scientists say they can explain the giant glowing orb seen over interior Alaska last week. This was during the Aurora Borealis. Listen to this.
Fairbanks photographer Leslie Smallwood captured video of the luminous sphere on automated Aurora cameras before 5 a.m. Tuesday, March 29th.
And it seemed like it had something that was spinning inside it is when I zoomed in on it. And it's a small tail, whitish tail.
Smallwood says the foggy ball of light was far larger than a full moon and is seen on the video moving through the dark sky from the northeast to the southwest over a few minutes.
It's not like a shot across the sky. It was like taking its time.
Much too slow for it to be a meteor.
University of Alaska Fairbanks physics professor Mark Conde says video of the light ball was also recorded by a UAF all-sky camera in Gakona. Speaking last week, Conde said he wasn't sure what to attribute the phenomenon to, but noted that the orb appeared gaseous.
You know, a glowing cloud of gas that was sunlit would look like that.
I am very confident that what people saw was the dumping of fuel from a Chinese rocket stage.
Jonathan McDowell is an...
There you go. The orb that was moving across the sky slowly, that had something inside moving in it, sounds an awful lot like a lot of videos I've put up of stars zoomed in on with a P900, 950, or 1000, where you can literally see the interior of it spinning around. But now it's a Chinese airplane dumping fuel, a Chinese rocket dumping fuel that just floats in the air, moves across the sky like larger than a moon with rotating interior. This sounds like they're engaging in crazy, crazy reindeer games, and they are going to blow people away with the special effects. Because remember, barium, strontium, and aluminum. If you wanted to make the sky into a massive movie screen, what you would need to do is fill the atmosphere with barium, strontium, and aluminum. I made a video on that years ago. I showed you all of their words saying exactly that in the exact mixture. I mean, it's amazing to me. But it would make a perfect backdrop where they could use lasers, hologram, whatever they have for technology now, because the technology they have, we don't even know about it, because nobody's been paying attention for the last 2 years because of the coronavirus that swept the nation and the world. You see what I'm saying? And when you try to find it, these are all the different things that come up, but none of them are this. This is all I could find. And they're all years ago. And see this right here? Shape-shifting UFO? That's exactly what me and 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗋 saw in Wyoming in his backyard. And we both got it on video. It looked like a cloud / trash bag / gas ball from a Chinese rocket, etc. But I mean, it's crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. And we've been warned. They've been telling us for time immemorial, the final card will be the aliens. And that's what these guys are doing, because having somebody from the spiritual realm come into our realm where we could see them and interact with them would indeed be alien. But we still just call them demons, because angels will not come through. That's against God's mandates. Demons, on the other hand, if you open a door, they're coming in. And that's just all there is to it. At any rate, there are people on this earth spending time and resources like we could only imagine trying to do exactly what I'm telling you. And the reason I know this is because they've told us. At any rate, 𝗦𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗹, and I'm out.